Hey, thanks for coming. I'm glad you all made it. I wanted to share with you a bit more about the Root Climate Center and what we've done over the last 5 years and really lift up what is coming next for us. We're at a exciting inflection point for a young organization that has proven out the business models, that has built physical infrastructure, that has made amazing relationships, and we now need to articulate what's next. Recently, we had some folks here from the governor's office and regional conveners for various grants and some foundations, family offices, folks from the workforce board. And they were here because there's a day of tours of flagship projects around the area. And we were chosen to be the place where the reception was. That is an honor. And I think it's because the people who are organizing this really like what we're doing and wanted us to see it. Also, we have a cute place and it's nice to hang out here. So that's part of it. Nonetheless, there were two really interesting stories that came from this. One is that our regional convener who, at any given moment they have, $50 million that they're distributing for various grants around the area. They have a unique vantage point on a lot of projects like ours for housing and equity and climate and jobs and workforce development and biodiversity, all these things. So they know what they're talking about. And they really like us, and I'm proud to work with them. They made the comment a number of times publicly, so I know they mean it, that they've never seen a project move at the velocity that REAP has moved at. We just came here 5 years ago and we already have this half-mile on campus. I'll tell you more stats in a second. Um, but that story was meaningful to me because I was realizing, as I was getting ready for that presentation, I opened up our decks, right? The case for support that you use when you send out for fundraising for family offices and other places. And I realized that we had never fully refreshed the deck. It had always been just a slide here, a data point here, and it had been forward looking all of this time. We can do this, the world needs this, what if, what if, what if? Um, and I think that I've been pitching this whole thing that, we were just crazy enough to pull off, which we've done now looking back. And juxtaposing that with what our convener said, which is things don't move at this velocity. So funders have probably been listening to us over the last 5 years saying, yeah, right. But guess what? We are a accredited trade school for climate jobs with 9 curriculum. We've had 8,000 people come through our half-mile long campus that we've built with largely found and upcycled materials and volunteers and people learning how to use tools and do stuff. That's amazing. Of those 8,000 people, about 260 of them have received accredited certificates and been placed with a 90% placement rate into various related jobs. That is amazing. We also have given home to other nonprofits that are mission aligned so that we can convert their practices into curriculum related to climate work. So all of this we are so incredibly proud of, but what it means is we have accomplished the things that folks thought maybe we couldn't or shouldn't. The other part to note is we've done all of this with under $3 million in 5 years. Along the way, we have directly employed about 26 people, and we've had employed here through third-party services like seniors and interns and others. We've employed about another 30 people. So those are big numbers from an employment standpoint, developing a half-mile long campus, all for under $3 million. So we're a scrappy org that kind of knows how to spend money wisely. All along the way, we are now a vendor with the Department of Rehab to train youth with special needs in job training programs and youth that are at risk aging out of foster. We've got a big contract with the Native Health Center to train Indigenous youth on Indigenous value-aligned work. All of this we are so incredibly proud of. Making something from nothing is hard. And so we want to really emphasize that we've tried things, we failed at some things. So the good news is we're not going to make those same mistakes again, so that we are in some ways a pretty safe bet, but we're not without risk. We're a nonprofit that's trying to make it. What I'm realizing though is, for us to do this safely and to do it well and to have the team with the right amount of resilience, we need about $1.2 million a year. We've never really gotten above the 500,000 mark. And as a result, we are struggling. It is hard from a mental health perspective, from just a burnout perspective. And I want to keep the team together if we can. The good news is we have done all of this. We've created a really unique space in an urban center. When people come here, it's magical. It's magical. It's so cute. It's hard to convey that. But at the end of the day, it's data and statistics. We have built something tangible and durable for people. They come here and they feel the special place. What we want to do is tie it all together for folks to see the beautiful community space that we've created, but also the measurable impact we've made at scale related to climate jobs that actually conserve the planet and biodiversity in an impactful, measurable way. We're tapping into the restoration and adaptation economies, the 2 fastest growing economies in the world right now, with a meaningful approach to biodiversity anchored solutions, centering nature as infrastructure through the lens of jobs and adaptation. In our region alone, just related to the East Bay and the San Francisco Bay Area, we're going to spend, probably $22 billion over 30 years getting ready for sea level rise adaptation and general shoreline adaptation. We are creating community-centric, biodiversity-centric job pathways to do some of that work. It's beautiful work. We're solving a number of problems in measurable ways. And what we want to do is call in folks who can actually understand the value of that impact at scale and help us scale our organization as well. So if you know folks who can help or you want to help yourself, please reach out. I think we're at this moment where we're ready to call in some large NGOs and some partners who understand the value of the scale of change that we have in front of us right now. Thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate it. We're at that next level and we can use all the help we can get.